Hello friends, so today we're gonna discuss these problems from the latest Ad Coder Beginner Contest 163. In this video we will first discuss the top 3 questions and the subsequent videos will consist of all the other solutions. So let's get started with it. If you like these explanations, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. So the first question states that the cat Snoop wants to play the popular Japanese game called Ad Coder. So in this game, what you can do is you are given a phrase or a number which is not greater than this, and you have to print such that if the digit in the ones place is this, you have to print on. If the digit in the ones place is this, you have to print on, and if the digit in the ones place is 3, you have to print on. So as you can see, you can just easily just find out the last digit by modeling it with 10. Just model, like mod the number with 10, that will give you the last digit, and check whether the last digit will fall under which category, so that you just print out. So that's the simple logic. So if I move that to the code now, you can take input to the number, mod it with 10, then find out if it is in this number, print on. If it is 3, then born, else born. I have done this because I don't have to write more numbers, so it will be more convenient for me. I hope you understand, because it is either this case or this or this. Okay, so this is the first question. Now let's move on to the second question. The second question states that this is also very simple. We have a string s consisting of lowercase English letters. If the string length like s is at most k, print s without change. If the length of s exceeds k, extract the first k characters of s and append dot dot dot. So which you can understand with the question more easily. So if the length of the string is more than 7, what you can do, as you have seen, if the length is more, you just print dot dot dot. So if the length is less than or equal to 7, you print out that whole string, or else if it's more, you can print the first 7 characters and then dot dot dot. So that's the main logic. So what you can directly do is, if it's 40 and the length is also less than it, you can have to print the whole string. So moving to the second code, you can take the input of k and s. If the string, like the string length is more than k, then you just iterate over the first k characters. You can also use the substring function of string, but I've iterated over the length till k, print the characters, and then see out this triple dot. Else if it's less than or equal to k, you just print out the original string, which is s. Okay, now let's move on to the third question. So now the third question statement states that you have an analog clock who, whose has hour and minute hands of the length a and b centimeters long. Okay, at the end point of the hour hand and the end point of the minute hand are fixed at the same point, around which each rotate clockwise at a constant angular velocity. It takes hour and minute, 12 hour and 1 hour to make the complete rotation. As you know, a clock, how it functions. So at 0 clock, the two hands overlap each other. Okay. Now after m hours and like h hours and m minutes, what is the distance between in centimeters of the unfixed points of the hands? So it will be more clear through the example. As you can see, the length of the hour hand is 3, the length of the minute hand is 4, and after 9 hours and 0 minutes. So after 9 hours, the hour, like the hour needle will move till here, and the minute will be at here only. So now you have to find out the distance between the endpoints. Same as in this question, as you can see, the length is 3 and 4, and the hour hand is at 10, and the hour hand is at 10. As you can imagine, here will be 12 and here will be 10, and the minute hand is at 40, and you have to find out the distance between the tips. Okay, so the question statements is clear. So let's draw it out and it will be more clear to you. So if you have a clock and if you divide it into the 4 quadrants, then what you can easily see is this is 90 degree and this is 180 degree and so on. So if this is a point, you can easily find out, represent it in the vector form. So if it is r, this is r cos theta and this is r sin theta. Okay, so now this theta will accordingly, if we take only this theta, in the first quadrant it will be both positive and positive, in the second quadrant it will be positive, negative and so on. So what we can easily do is we can find out the theta for both the hour hand and the minute hand, and then we'll find out the coordinate position of this hand. Let's imagine there is a plane and this is 0, 0, 0, situated at this point. So if we rotate this, can we find out the coordinate of the hour hand and minute hand? And if we find out the coordinate, we can easily use the distance formula to find out their distance between them. So that's what I have done. What we can directly do is, first we make this set precision equal to 10 because we want a set precision of 10 to the minus 9. So I use for 10. Then take a double variables for everything a, b, h and m. Take the input of them. Now what we will do is we will find the degree of the hour hand and the minute hand. Okay, for finding out the minute hand, we can just use the minute divided by 60 and multiply it by 360. So what we are actually doing is, as we know, it will come in 60 minutes, it will complete 360 degree. So if we are given that after 15 minutes how many degree it will complete, so we will just use this formula. As we can see, 15 divided by 60 into 360. But now we have to convert it into radians. So multiply it with m pi. M pi is a function like constant for storing the value of pi. It is an inbuilt value, so you can just use this for finding out pi upon 180 degree. Okay, for finding out the r value, you can use the same property, such that, as we know, in 12 hours it completes 360 degree. So you can use this divided by 12 and 360 in finding out this value. But as we know, as the minute hand moves, the hour hand also moves up to some distance, because the hour hand is not fixed at 9 o'clock. So at 9 o'clock it is at this position and hour hand is this position. But if we find out at 9:30, this hour hand is between 9 and 10. I hope you understand. So now the difference between every 2 degree 1 and 2 is 30 degree. So now we want to find out how much of the 30 degree it has traveled for the minute. So what we have done is we have done the same for the minute. We have find out how many of the 30 degree it has moved and converted into all of in radians. Then use the same formula for the hour hand. The x coordinate value is this. Use the sine function because it takes radian, that way I have converted and put the value of degree of h, sine and cos, and same for take the value for the minute hand, the minute x value and minute y value, and use the sine and cos function value. Now we have converted out the coordinates, which is hour hand x and y, minute hand x and y. So the distance between them is the under root of x square plus y square. So just find out like the distance between the x, the difference of the x value, take it square, y value and square, under root of x square minus y square, and like this is the output, the distance. I hope you understand all the three logics. If you still have any doubts, please mention down. These are very simple questions, so I don't think there are much confusion. If you still have any doubts, you can feel free to comment it down. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.